My name's Cody. This is my beautiful wife, Alex. We've been married 15 years. We met in college, got married right away, and started having a family. Life was good. Having the kind of white picket fence, the home, having careers, and living life. When we got married, she was a Catholic.
Raised Catholic. More, but only go on like certain holidays.
Yeah. And I grew up with no faith. No faith upbringing. Just kind of the moral kind of compass. Do right. Was raised well by my parents, but just no belief. So 2 years ago, right before Christmas, was the first time I ever heard from God. And it was that your wife is lying.
After the birth of our twins, I really lost myself, lost my identity, lost sight of who I was as a wife, as a mom. And so I had given so much of myself to my job, and that became a part of my identity. And within that, there are certain people in my job that I let in, and very unhealthy boundaries. That was the start of really a downfall for me, walking in that darkness and hiding in that darkness and keeping that. And God showed up 2 years ago and really spoke to Cody and said, something's not right.
And that's not who I was. I wasn't this person to pride. I had complete trust that things were going to go right in life because I've lived the right ways, and he pressed on me. We had just finished a really great day of Christmas shopping, and it hit me hard and heavy, and I almost felt like I was having a panic attack to say, check her phone. And eventually I checked it and found that my wife had been having an affair. And I went right into the garage and just fell to my knees, feeling just life was over. That this, everything that you'd worked hard for, everything that you sacrificed, everything. Our family, you put so much forward to do the right things in it, and this was going to be the end of our family, and how could this happen? Thank goodness God was there to somehow. I felt a presence of just reach out to my friends, and because my first thought was, ooh, no one can know.
When this all came to light, we immediately told everybody. We told our closest friends. We told our parents.
And my friends that we didn't have that close of a godly relationship, but they had been in my life and we'd been good friends, but we'd never spoken about God because they know how I felt and had no belief. They're like, Cody, God's got you. You can't go. You need to stay. Just hold. And I'm thinking, how is this possible? The world teaches you when this betrayal happens, you go. There's no coming back. So that happened, and God started to just work. I thought, I'll fake it through the holidays for the kids. I just for the kids, But they would ask daily, why is Dad crying? Why is Dad's eyes? Why is Dad so quiet? He loves Christmas, but that time was terrible, and I packed my bags. I couldn't even make it the 30 days. I was already just done.
I was on my knees pleading. I was gasping for air. I was crying, saying, please don't go.
Yeah.
And the kids were in the other room. Our door was locked, and it was terrible. Because he showed the suitcase and he was gonna leave.
Thank goodness those friends of mine were like, you need to get to church. And God somehow, I think it was the desperation to somehow make a turnaround. I don't really know. There was obviously some type of hope, but I really was denying it because the anger and the betrayal was just so intense that we got to church. It was actually only a few weeks after. Before, really didn't even give him the time of day, didn't really want to know him, and now I'd full on just was angry about what he had allowed to happen when I thought I'd done all the check boxes to do what was right as a dad and as husband. And the pastor came off to the side, and first time there, and just told me he'd been waiting for me, and that your friends have been praying for you, we've been praying for you, and we've been waiting for you. I didn't understand, but it stirred something because of I think the desperation to find something. I didn't know what it was at the time. Obviously it was God starting to just hold on, Cody, just hold on.
You had put your arm around me that day when Pastor came up to us, and he held me and listening to the pastor, and I remember thinking to myself and feeling like a moment of breath. I think it's gonna be okay. For me, I think we're going to survive this.
And I think over that next that first month, there were just all these pieces that God put in place. If it be a phone conversation, a text from the pastor, the guys just reaching out, everybody was reaching out to just lift, just hold me up, because I wanted to quit. I wanted to be done, but it just held me up just a day longer. And then, we got to church within those first couple weeks, and then I think it was one month after we got baptized. Alex and I both did. That decision to get baptized was just continued pleas for hope. I thought it might, because everybody was just God's got you, God's got you. And I'm like, I don't know what that means, because I don't know who he is, and I don't know who Jesus is, and I don't really know, but I felt that
there was no other option. I think when you are completely so broken hearted, so I think at your knees, surrendered, you have no other choice. It's like, okay, we're gonna have a baptism next month, and we're like, I think we should be baptized. It's the next step, the next thing we need to do.
And being baptized and then having words spoken over you that you've never heard. God's gonna fix this.
Yeah, and that we are going to be pillars.
Yeah. God has plans for you. God's gonna put beautiful and holy people in front of your children, and all these things. And it felt good for a moment, but it still would go back to what the pain was. They finally got me to go to a men's event, and it's this getaway where you go away for close to 4 days, and it's uninterrupted, and that's where I got to have my full-on salvation, where God finally just did all the work. But when I first got there, it was no belief, painful. I thought it was just all be happy, and just choose joy. Be like, choose joy. How do you choose joy when the person that you've loved the most has done these things to you? But then you find out about who he is, and how he is a loving father, and that he formed you and he made you, and he's got you, and he's always been there. And I just didn't know, because I just didn't know. I wasn't educated. I wasn't given that opportunity, and that's okay, because God's timing is perfect. because I probably was too prideful of a man to hear his voice. And that's why I went 41 years without him. But when he found me up there, he changed my heart. He made all my past straight. He fixed everything with this experience of, I got to meet him for the first time in this really quiet place on the side of this hill, and just closing my eyes, and I could just see this image, and it was bright, and it was coming through, and it ends up being Alex's face. And he gave me a new name. He says, your new name's gonna be Holder, because you're gonna hold the line, and you're gonna hold your wife, and you're gonna hold your family. And that moment, I came down from that mountain, I came down from that trip, and it continued to be hard, but my heart was changed. I had figured out that I had a ton of unforgiveness for myself, and I had to forgive myself for my own past, and so I could forgive her of hers. And over the next 2 years, we've just been covered by our church. We've continued to put God at the center, that we've continued to obey and walk aligned for the first time in our marriage. And the last 2 years have been incredibly painful. The pain has had purpose.
Yes, it has.
He took that pain and he worked it for good, and now our marriage is just, he turned that our ashes into something beautiful. It's a decision. It's a decision to forgive. It's a decision to love. And when you know what Jesus has done for you, you sacrifice and you do it back for the people that he's put in front of us.
Yeah, because we really came to the altar, came to God's feet with broken hearts. My unfaithfulness led to, I think, his brokenness, and witnessing that and the veil being broken just tore me. And God finds you at your brokenness and when you're on your knees begging. And so that's what he did. And slowly, with a lot of help, a lot of grace and so much forgiveness, and we continue. I mean, I know Cody wakes up every day choosing to forgive. I thank the Lord for you, honey, that you forgive me every single day. I know it's hard. And that love that we feel, we no longer look to each other to fulfill that deepest need. We find that in Jesus, because of everything, the sacrifice. We realize that it is bigger than us. It's bigger than what we have, because of the freedom and the restoration that we have been given. We can't walk in shame for it. We can't hide all our flaws, and I'm not justifying or proud of any of my terrible actions, but I know that I am forgiven, and I know that God loves me, and that he's restored me into I am a new person. Yeah. A new person, and I'm so grateful for that. And I'm so grateful for having such an amazing community here that surrounds us.
I think we found our people, where we're called to be, and that, that brokenness, that desperation, leading to all of this light coming into a dark home.
Yeah, and when we look back and we reflect and we see all of the different areas where he has shined light, where he's covered, where he's blessed, it really is remarkable. I mean, through all of this, he's managed to protect our children, from, they witnessed the heart, they could feel something was wrong. Yeah. Something was wrong with mom and dad, but God protected them. He protected them, and he is still protecting them. So it's amazing. We were all in the kitchen one day one of the twins came over and we're playing some worship music in the kitchen, and one of the twins comes over and gives me the biggest hug, and was like, Mom, everything's gonna be okay. You know, we have to trust in God. Like, it's gonna be okay. And that, yeah. And so I think that was one of the defining moments too, where we felt God living in our home. We felt his presence there. We felt that, yes, we don't know what tomorrow looks like. We don't know what a week from now looks like. But we just have to trust. We have to trust him. He's a faithful God. And yeah, and our brokenness ultimately led for us to give our kids the gift of Christ, which is amazing. And it's beautiful, because up until that point, we were not teaching our kids about God and discipling them as we should have been. And so through all of this, we've managed to completely transform our house. As long as we continue walking in obedience to him, that's something that is important for us. And transforming our household, transforming what we do day to day, our practices, like you said, honey, who is in our circle, our boundaries are tight. So it's that obedience, and we are trying to walk that narrow road together and realize that our marriage, comes second, God comes first, but you and I are right there, right underneath him. And so
very much aligned the way that it says, scripturally. So that's a first, and priorities are right. And what we focus on is forming us, and we're focused right on God and right on having Jesus at the center of our home. Yeah. And we're thankful.
Seeing the blessings and the fruits of our surrender has been truly amazing, and it's been a miracle to say the least. So just so very thankful for the transformation that has happened to us, to our marriage, and to our household, and to our children. So yeah, we've both transformed our lives from this. Yes. from the ashes. Yes, honey. Yeah, so thank you, honey.
Thank you.
Love you.
To my wife, Alex, my heart is healed. You're forgiven. I'm forgiven. It's in the past. Unforgiveness makes you attached to your past. It's gone. I don't believe in divorce. I believe in God's love. God's love is merciful. He's faithful. It's steadfast, and it's renewed every day. God bless.
He's given me the gift of freedom. And he's given me the gift of my husband, Cody. He's one of your precious gifts. And he gave that to me. He's given that to me. I am passionately in love with you, babe. I have felt God intimately. I have. And I will stay true to his path, to his will. He's restored me, babe. He's restored me. He's healed our hearts, our marriage. God is so good to me. God loves me. I'm white as snow. I'm white as snow. Thank you.